Hi, everybody. What's going on, man? Oh, Savage AF. You know what it is. This is going to be a Dro solo edition. Shang is in the boondocks somewhere and it has poor reception this week. So it's just me. What up, though? It's your boy from the D. Savage AF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. Don't worry. I'll be cursing in 3 minutes and 3 seconds. But until then, I'm your boy Black Pedro. This will be a Dro solo edition. Savage AF, we're that show that gives you politics, hot topics, and current events in an I don't give a fluff kind of style. Okay. Oh man, you can typically catch us Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on YouTube and Facebook. Now I say typically because today is one of those days where I couldn't get the page to link up to Facebook, some kind of technical shit. So stuff, shame. But that being said, we are on YouTube. If you ever miss us live, you're a booger wolf. Okay, get your life together. Our YouTube channel, subscribe to it, get notified. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You see it right there, Savage AF. All right, youtube.com/C/Savage AF World. That's what it is. When you get to the page, ding, ding. That's right. Subscribe, get notified. Everything will be all right. Also, hit them with the thumbs, baby. Thumb them. Thumb them. Sometimes you gotta thumb them someone. So give them the thumbs, y'all. And then also, this is like way more important than anything in the world right now. Popularity. Yeah. IG, the gram, Insta, IG, as I like to call it. At Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang. And make sure you hit us on the twin cousin app, Threads. The game changed, but the name remained the same. At Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang. You know how we do, man. Thank y'all for being here. Those who are, I appreciate it. Brondum is unpredictable. I see you. Breezy, I see you. Carolina Boss, I see you, man. Ain't seen you in a minute. Good to be here. Good to have you here, I should say. Lady Hazel May. D Jones, Damani Jones in the building. I see y'all. All right, man. So this will be a quickie today. It's just your boy Dro Solo rolling in. Savage AF. I got 35 seconds till I'm cursing. But we'll get there, y'all. I hope your weekends were bright and merry. Did you see it? Did you see what them Lions did? I mean, they said it could have been a trap game. Yeah, Carolina they don't have it this year. But them Lions took care of business, man. Carolina Boss, I hope them Panthers ain't yours, man. I'm sorry, but my Lions had to do it to them, dog. AJ Fit, I see you in the building as well. Ev Gatlin always got them things on her. We appreciate y'all for being here, man. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. This is Black Pedro with a Dro Solo edition. It's Monday, October 9th, 2023 in the time-space continuum. And yeah, there's probably a lot of things we could talk about. And like I said, we do politics, hot topics, current events. And right now the most current event, and this is on some global scale type shit. All right. The block is hot, y'all. Hamas and Israel are at war. There ain't no other way to say it. And this is not to be confused with Palestine being at war with Israel. But this is the terrorist group Hamas, um, that uses violence to promote, as far as I can tell, their ideology and agenda with respect to the land and the region. For those who don't know, man, not too long after World War II, Israel was created. Nations like Great Britain and the United States were, the big powers behind it. And within the creation of this, Jewish state, came some conflict. I mean, it was the state of Israel was created on lands that were already occupied by Palestinians, and ever since then, it has been a conflict. Um, it has been a problem. And y'all know I'm not a religious dude, so I don't care about the holy lands or nothing like that. None of it makes any difference to me in that sense. Um, but yeah, ever since the creation of Israel, there has been this conflict, and Hamas is a group that has sprung up out of the frustrations of that conflict. Um, you know, I will say, as a black man in America, that when you listen to both sides of this story, um, I can see that Palestinians have been oppressed by the Israeli state. There's no other way for me to call it. Like I said, I'm looking through a certain lens. A black man in America, we just kind of know what things look like when people move in to your area and take over, and then change up the rules on you. And I'm not saying that you know Jewish people don't deserve or shouldn't have their own state, but it's the way it's been done and the way it's going down. It's been a conflict. So something ain't right, right? Something got to change. But that being said, man, I don't condone Hamas's behavior. What they have done over the weekend is, it appears, killed around 900 people through missile and gun attacks, and taken over 100 people hostage. Men, women, children, even Israeli army officers. And conflict is conflict, but this is definitely taking things too far, man. I think when you like, there's certain questions you're gonna ask, like, well, why would Hamas do this, right? Like, Israel is obviously a more powerful military state. I mean, you can't survive a sustained war with them. Why would you go through these extremes? And again, I think that's, while ill-guided, a byproduct of the frustrations of this conflict, right? Where you have Palestinian people who are expressing their oppression, right? That they are being oppressed, that their rights are being trampled on, their humanity is being trampled on. Um, and political avenues haven't solved that. So you have this group that becomes extreme and violent, and that's how that manifests. It ain't right, but that's what it is. I'm by myself here, so let me check the any comments in. Let me see. So AJ Fitt said Biden dumbass funded the bombing. That is not true, AJ Fitt. That is just not true, dog. Sorry, man. That didn't happen. I believe you're referring to a fund of money that the United States froze and is being held in an account, and it's Iranian money. So the narrative is that the Iranians have funded Hamas to execute this attack, and you know, according to the Biden administration, the money that the Iranian money that they froze is still frozen in this account. Every dime is there, and that money can only be used to fund like food and infrastructure and positive things for Iran. And not a dime of it has been spent by Hamas to carry out any terrorism. So, according to sources I've seen, AJ, none of that money was used for this. AJ says last week Biden sent $6 billion to Iran, sent it to Hamas. Do your research instead of talking fast. I'm sitting here talking to you in real time, brother. Like I'm aware of the $6 billion, and according to the administration, it was not. None of it has been spent on this. None of it has been. It's in an account sitting there, still accounted for. And so, I don't see how I'm talking fast. The things I've said, and I done as much research as we're gonna do. Do niggas have research institutes out there? Right? Like, what's the research? Like, I'm looking at the news. I'm hearing the administration talk. I'm now. I don't have access to these bank accounts. But there's an accusation that Biden funded this bombing and attack, and there was a response that makes sense. I haven't seen any evidence that this money went from this $6 billion to Hamas. I haven't seen anybody present that. So, and AJ, you're always welcome to put up links or anything else. If you had a link that you read something from, just put it up in the comment section, dog. Like, ain't nobody talking fast out here. Nigga, I'm just saying what I know. You know what I'm saying? What I've heard. And I didn't know the AJ Fit Research Institute was so deep into the Biden funding shit. But if you got the evidence, brother, if you got the documents, if you have the receipts, we'd be happy to see them. Okay. But the mainstream reports are that, and I don't spend time on the dark web. I'm gonna tell you that I ain't going down no rabbit holes and nothing like that. All right, shit. But as far as I could tell, the Biden administration said that none of that money, it was spent by Hamas, and none of it has even been spent. It's sitting in an account. Now that seems like a fairly you leave it up to the journalists, man. Like I got shit to do. I got jokes to tell. You know what I'm saying? I got a plethora of women I need to, you know what I'm saying, maintain. So I can't be in the Gaza Strip checking bank accounts, checking Iranian bank account. Okay, so no mainstream reporter has said otherwise. When the Biden administration said this $6 billion is sitting in a bank account, I trust that Wolf Blitzer, Jake Tapper, Laura Coates, all these people can go and easily figure out if that's true or not. And as an administration, they'd be dumb to say that the money has not been spent. You know what I'm saying? If they couldn't prove that it has not been spent. So I'm just going to go ahead and think that the Biden administration is smart enough to not go out there and tell a bold-faced lie, knowing that they could get caught. All right, that's some Trumpty Dumpty shit. That's not really some Biden shit. Maya Baker, welcome to it. 10 jumping jacks of being late. Lady Hazel May said, what do you think about Cory Booker jogging in Jerusalem, had to take cover in a hotel bomb shelter with lots of other Americans? Yeah, it's a long way to go for a jog. I feel like, the man from Newark, so I'm not sure it'd be a safer place to jog, but he's a jogger. And actually, there are other members of Congress who were in Israel at the time, and I believe they've all gotten out. But there are hundreds of families right now who they don't know the status of their loved ones. Families separated. They're assuming these people are taken hostage, but the longer it goes on, the worse it looks. So we hope these people get their families back, but that like I said, the more time goes by, the more time go by, the lesser those chances become, I guess would be the way to say that. Sorry. But yeah, planning a trip to Israel, I'd delay that. I'd cancel that if you have a last minute trip there. because the block is hot. Now, Israel, and Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, has already said that this is just the beginning. But they are now, bombing the shit out of Palestinian territories with rockets and missiles. And that becomes a problem with this conflict, man. It's like they both start lobbing missiles, and innocent people keep dying and dying, and then everybody, it just creates another generation of hate. You know what I mean? Because from a Palestinian perspective, Israel has been terroristic. Israel has bombed all of that. So that's then they've taken innocent lives in the name of their own defense, and vice versa. So now, AJ, I'm looking at this. He says Iranian minister said he sent the money he received plus arms he received from us on video. Money not frozen. Well, I have not seen this video. Again, you're always welcome to post clips. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go. Did Biden fund Hamas attack? Gee, I got a little time on my hands. Let me see. All right, so I'm looking at the AP. The first thing wait, let me just I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. We'll just look into it together. Shit, what we gonna do? You know what I mean? Got a little time on my hands. It's my show today. It's a Dro solo, so we'll just do it like this, like that, like that, right here. And let's just see what comes up, man. So yeah, I typed in, did Biden? You see at the top, did Biden fund Hamas attack? First thing I see from AP News, Associated Press. Biden hasn't signed a recent order sending $8 billion in aid to Israel. All right, I don't think that's what we're talking about. It says, but the widely shared memo is fake. Sean Sabet, a White House spokesperson, confirmed Monday. The funds released to Iran are also not related to Hamas attack. The office also maintains the memo appears to be doctored version of Biden's order providing war assistance to Ukraine this summer. So according to this little blurb at the top, Biden has not funded the Hamas attack. Also, AJ Fit, I mean, you got to be a little bit careful about listening to the Iranian minister or whatever. I don't know if he's a prime minister or whatever, but listening to the Iranians, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's the enemy, dog. They the ops. So, they're going to say a lot of shit to try and fuck up our reputation and all of it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not in it together with them. So, I would take whatever Iran said with a grain of salt. Let me see. I got another AP article from yesterday, one day ago. The Republican field is blaming Joe Biden for dealing with Iran after Hamas attack on Israel. We're not going to read this whole thing. I'm trying to skim it here as fast as I can. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Again, this is not coming up very quickly. Sorry. My internet appears to be slow as shit right now. Yeah, if Republicans are saying that Biden did it, we know that's bullshit too, right? Pence is blaming Biden. Projects weakness. He says Biden projects weakness on the world stage and kowtows to the mullahs in Iran. I still don't see any of them saying that he funded the terrorism. Let me see. Okay, hold on. I'm seeing some funding stuff here. Let's talk about this. All right, hold on. Let me see. I'll read this a little bit here. DeSantis, in a video statement, accused Biden of policies that have gone easy on Iran and have helped to fill their coffers. Israel is now paying the price for those policies. We're going to stand with the state of Israel. They need to root out Hamas, and we need to stand up to Iran. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott alleged the attack was the Biden $6 billion ransom payment at work. Okay, that's Tim Scott talking. So now we listening to Mushmouth? I don't know. He said, we didn't just invite this aggression, we paid for it. That's what Tim Scott said. Adrienne Watson, a spokeswoman for the White House National Security Council, said she could not directly address Republican criticism due to federal restrictions. Okay. She said, but I can clarify the facts. Not a single cent from these funds has been spent. And when it is spent, it can only be spent on things like food and medicine for the Iranian people, she said Saturday in a statement. These funds have absolutely nothing to do with the horrific attacks today, and this is not the time to spread disinformation. Brian Nelson, the Undersecretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence at the Treasury, also stressed that these restricted funds cannot go to Iran, and that any suggestion to the contrary is false and misleading. Now, naturally, what do you think the administration is going to say? I get it. They're not going to be like, hell yeah, we paid for the terrorism. If they did, you know what I mean? But I don't know. If they did, it seemed like it would be other people besides Iran and fucking Tim Scott and Ron DeSantis blaming Biden, right? Like, of course the ops are going to blame Biden, but I would need to hear it from somebody else, not Iran and not the Republicans, right? Like that, those are going to be more credible sources for me, AJ. But I see what you're saying, man. Let me see. AJ said, how many times has America took blame for anything? But you just said he did send money, but it was frozen a minute ago. Once sent, he can do anything he wants. I mean, we just read from the AP, right? So this money is sitting in an account and has not been used for anything yet, and can only be used for food and medicine for the Iranian people, and not to fund Hamas or for the Iranian government to do anything else with it. So, as far as I can tell from credible sources, and I wouldn't call an Iranian prime minister or a minister or whatever, or anybody in the GOP a credible source. I'm sorry. That's all. I'd like to hear it from somewhere else. Miyu says to AJ, they have controls on sending money to foreign governments and on how the money is spent. The government doesn't just have a bank account they could easily liquidate. And it's like $6 billion too, right? Like, I don't even think my checks hold that many zeros in the little box or whatever. So that's all good. AJ says, Pedro, last I knew, we aren't supposed to work with terrorists, but he sent the money, not saying he did it directly. Yeah, AJ, but it doesn't, it appears the administration is saying that this money, that the money that they have set aside for Iranian relief is still sitting in an account. So I don't see how it could have been used to pay for an attack if the money is still in the account. And that to me seems like something that could be fact checked really easily. So it would be bold and honestly dumb as shit for the administration to be like, the money's still in the account and it's not in the account. So yeah, I'm without having the access to check the account myself, I'm going to assume that the money's in the account, because if it wasn't, somebody else would be saying it besides the GOP, which will fucking lie. Come on, man. AJ, Tim Scott is a lying cartoon reject. Ron DeSantis, Man, I wouldn't trust that man to change my tire. The goddamn window washer fluid in my car. I wouldn't trust that. What? We can't. No, that's not it. And then some Iranian minister. Yeah, you could suck dick, bro. And not you, AJ. I mean the Iranian minister, right? Like, fuck that guy. I'm not listening to that. But if motherfucking any CNN, MSNBC, AP came out and was like, it appears that the Biden administration did funnel money to, then we'd be talking about some shit, man, for real. And I feel like internationally, that would be a highly visible action, you know? So, Carolina Boss says we need a split screen so we can debate. It's I don't even know if we're even in such big disagreement about. It's. I think it's pretty clear that the money is still there. You know what I mean? Again, without my personal ability to verify any, but then I can't verify half the shit in the world, right? But yeah, I think it would be a much bigger story and not this like side talk from the GOP if the Biden administration had actually funded this Hamas attack and something that could be easily traceable and proven. And I, again, haven't seen a credible source that says otherwise. Lady Hazel May says Republican Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn suggested a 2021 decision to provide $235 million in aid to the Palestinians may have also helped fund Hamas, a group that is designated as a terrorist group. Yeah. Again, Republican senator, it's hard to just believe Republicans nowadays, right? Like, word, that's what Biden did. Okay, cool. And if you say may have also, that's, speculative. I'm just saying. And then I think we all should understand that in no way would the Biden administration directly fund Hamas to carry out attacks against Israel, one of our, allies. So historically, at least. So, yeah. And again, I think this stuff would be easily provable and right on top of the the headlines if it was actually proven that I'm looking at the headlines in the backgrounds and I don't, I think that if he had actually they got Mushmouth on TV right now. Tim Scott on TV. He be hubby and right now. The hobby phobophy. AJ says, you actually believe them? Did the Biden tell the people he misplaced $6 billion that was supposed to be sent to Ukraine? Did he misplace $6 billion that was supposed to be sent to Ukraine? Because I feel like the whole time we've been complaining about the money being sent to Ukraine. I feel like Ukraine's getting the money. Ukraine done got a lot of money. So I didn't hear about the misplaced. AJ be hearing about shit that I don't hear about. I ain't saying your shit ain't true. All I've ever said is, hey man, I ain't hear that. I don't even know about that. And I'm always like, send me a link. It's all good. Let me see. Did Biden come out and tell us he took over $5 million from foreign governments and bribes that they won't release? Oh, AJ, come on, man. Come on. I just have it, man. I ain't seen no proof of this, dog. And you sounding like the ops now, man. Like, this is the shit the GOP be saying, man. And like, hey, maybe it's true, dog. Maybe. But I haven't seen, again, any credible source reporting on stuff like that. And, there are some fair and balanced, truly fair and balanced outlets out there that if the Biden administration was doing wrong like that, I think they would be on it. Lady Hazel May with a message of hope here. She says the government is fucked up. And we all know they keep secrets and don't believe the whistleblowers because they sound like clowns. Now, come on, guys. Let's just not get dark here. Let's stay happy. Happy thoughts. KIT. Keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together. Happy premise number 1. There are no aliens coming to get me. Yeah, guys, listen. No government that tells its people all and everything, right? There's secret, top secret, classified information that just won't get out there while it's going down. That we're gonna have to accept that. So, in some sense, we're gonna have to find some sources that we can actually trust for whatever information, because like I said, I'm not in the White House. I'm not in Congress or in any. I'm not with the NSA or the CIA and none of the alphabets. Okay, just a citizen here. So we get the information we get. You can go down rabbit holes in the internet if you want to, right? But when we talk about credible sources, it's things that can be corroborated. And when you got GOPers like, well, Biden may have done this, or he might have. May and might don't count. The money in the bank account, or it's not. That's all I could. That's all I could do, man. We citizens out here. Okay, I don't have all the answers, but I look around, and when I hear a narrative that Biden funded this and where it's coming from, and it's coming from GOP and Iran, these aren't trustworthy sources for me. I'm sorry, call me crazy. Maybe I'm dumb and gullible for believing Biden over Ron DeSantis. But I mean, if I had to pick one if you were like, who is the most honest between Joe Biden and Ron DeSantis? Bro, I gotta go Biden on that. If we just gonna speculate about who might be a lying motherfucking piece of shit and who is more likely to be truthful, we going Biden on that, dog. Come on. You says, I'm not trusting anything that a Republican is saying these days. All of these funds are traceable, and Congress has direct access to see where the money is at. That's kind of where I was. That's my point. In summation, they just said the money's in the bank account. Somebody go check the bank account. Nigga, if it's $1 missing, then they funded the terrorism for $1. But if all the dollars is there, then goddamn it, how could that money have been used to fund Hamas? These are just simple deductive things that you could, is that either the money's there or it's not. And if the money there, then it wasn't used for that. And if the money ain't there, then where did it go? And then you could dig down the hole and follow the money. That's what they say. Follow the money. If any funds were allegedly misspent, Republicans would be tripping over themselves to show that information. And they don't even believe in information anymore. Right? Like, Republicans don't even give a fuck about facts. But if they had some, yeah, man, they flex that with their dick out. They be flexing with their dick out. Marjorie Taylor Greene has a dick, and she would pull it out if she actually had information that backed up this claim that Biden funded Hamas in this attack on Israel. Like this, So that being said, man, this is just me chiming in on this. So to sum it up, man, the people of Palestine are oppressed, and they need relief from that. And Israel has a right to exist and defend itself. But Palestinians are living oppressed. I gotta say that. So that's your conflict there, and it's gonna keep going on like that as long as it doesn't change. And then I do not believe that the Biden administration has funded money directly or indirectly to Hamas that allowed this attack to occur. But I really do think that if that was the case, like you said, it would be extremely trackable and apparent if that had been the case. So, and I don't see well, and I'm assuming you guys, anybody saying that Biden funded Hamas, you'd be assuming he did it by mistake. He's old and checked the wrong box or some shit, right? Because there's no way he would have done that on purpose, even if it did happen, right? So that's where we are with that. But that being said, man, you really hope the best for these, these families of citizens who have been affected, who have either had loved ones killed or taken hostage, that they can be reunited with their loved ones, man. And so yeah, we wish the best in all of that, man. Listen, guys, like I said, this is gonna be a lonely week for me. I'm all alone this week, man, but it's all good. Come join your boy, Savage AF, man. Black Pedro, Drove Solo Edition. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. I'll be back at y'all tomorrow. I'm trying to get my Facebook, this Facebook situation cleaned up as well. But I will be here for you on YouTube for sure. And yeah, I'll give you, the government is shit. A lot of governments is shit. Like I cannot argue with that. Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings, facts matter. I will be back here tomorrow. Until then, 3 things, y'all. Stay black if you are black, okay? Yeah. Do not be black if you are not black. That's just a weird thing to do. And you'll probably get canceled. Keep your finger out your nose.